All right.
Let's see. Did it do it? Never done this before.
I don't know.
But for those that are interested, we are yeah, I see the thumbnail. Which is your banner pick, isn't it? So we're doing something a little different. We're crossing streams.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah. So this can be a little fun. If you want to support my channel, you stay right where you are, folks. Don't you freaking leave. But if you like Mad Hatter a little bit more, you can go watch it on his YouTube account. So what's happening, the Streamyard is just shooting it off to both of our streams. And it's, yeah. So if you do a super chat for Mad Hatter, he gets that on his channel. And then you do a super chat for me, I get it. I don't know. I guess it'll say, oh, okay, here you go. It has like a little link icon in the chat. So we know that that's over there.
So there's a link button.
He's over there on yours. So he was just
I don't think the super chat works that way. I think because it's on your channel.
No, because YouTube doesn't know. YouTube just sees it as a stream.
Oh.
Yeah. So StreamYard is like the camera. So yeah, so you'd be fine. So look, now you got people. Boo Cats left me.
Boo Cats doubles.
So here's the thing, all you jerks. I know that you left me because I see this stupid link icon. You don't see that, but I see it in the chat. You all left me. David, you also left. You jerk. Yeah. Who cares about Hatter? There we go. Ramen Toys. I always put an S at the end of it, but it's toy. Johnny is the one with the most subs.
True. But John, I got it on good authority. John, didn't you buy your subs?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think before I bought them, I had like 45 real subs.
Yeah, exactly. People don't know.
Gross, Team Hatter. So yeah, there you go. I'm your boy. He put spaces in his name. It used to be all one word. And I think he did that because last stream you said
but Johnny, you got to do the face.
Amar.
Okay, you got to angle it right and tilt it a little that way. There you go.
Nope. Hard to.
There you go, buddy boy.
Yay. Boot Cat's in 2 places. That's what happens when you're a ghost. Double dipping on the streams. Yeah, it's helpful. It helps both of us.
Yeah, there you go. Let's play us in stereo.
That's exactly right. And then just be scared if it's out of sync just a little bit.
Yeah. Out of sync. Out of sync.
Oh, hey, there you go. There you go.
Johnny has already delivered product. We'll see how things go after Flipper arrives. Oh, we will see how things go.
Yeah. I mean, the quality should certainly be better than my paper products. Mine's in 2 dimensions. His is in 3. We think
your products will be in the Flipboard products because you have designed the Piss Tank box, which, by the way, yesterday I have finalized that art piece and there's a little tease of the Piss Tank box right in the foreground. I was able to do the tank part and I drew this kind of like the bot. It's a little weird because I have to angle it in a way. So it's like not like you're not looking it forward, but it just made a special appearance and I finally completed it. Now I just gotta erase the pencil points.
I love it. I'm really excited, man. That artwork is gorgeous, and I think that's probably one of your most underrated talents. Is because we see like some sketches of Flipboard, but then when you sit down and you actually put some fucking effort into it. It's beautiful. It's so good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
What? He's flipping. He just went to you. I came for Mad Hatter, but who's this handsome dude in the glasses? Well,
yeah, but he has to even when he's saying he came for me, throw you a compliment, which I don't really like. You know what I mean?
I'll take it. And then we got a Square Rabbit with the $10 over there for that SOB Mad Hatter.
Oh yes, for cat. Thank you, Square Rabbit. I did need some cat litter. Actually, cat sifting right now. If you don't know,
this is like what is it? Pavlov's dog or whatever. You have basically, if you go live, the cat's like, "Oh, I have to go poop."
I don't know if that's Pavlov. Is that a Pavlov's dog thing?
Yeah, because it's like you ring a bell and then the dog responds to it.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
You also have. I mean, you can control the chat. Jesus.
Whoa! Look at the Ramen Toys gifting 20 Mad Hazard Review memberships. Thank you. Ramen
God,
Toys.
he did.
Okay, even though he called you handsome and not me. I want to thank you. Look at this. He's like Santa Claus, just peppering gifts. Right? Is that what Santa Claus does? He does that. I'm Jewish. I don't really know. He does this, and then everyone gets all these gifts. You get probably the greatest gift of all, a Mad Hatter membership. Okay, the gift that keeps on giving. All right. People don't know if you're a Mad Hatter member, you get a free Flipboard 130 bundle. You just get that. Okay. I don't know how that works out, how the math works out, but somehow that happens.
I wasn't listening. I was more interested in the fact that we have 92 people watching on my YouTube, plus 21 on Twitter, which are probably 21 bots because that's all Twitter is anymore. Anyway, 92 people watching, 94 watching on my channel, 67 watching on yours. So we can actually make this a little competition through the rest of the day.
No, but that's not fair because you had a lot of time to gestate your thumbnail out there. Okay.
Yeah, but that's probably your fault. I told you to go look early, which I'm pretty sure you could have done.
Well, I don't know how to do that double. I gotta look up because that button only pops up, or for me, maybe because like I have to, maybe because I'm not upgraded. It only pops up for me once you went live.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah. Who cares?
Oh, I also get for cat litter. Thank you, Square Rabbit.
Yeah.
Dang.
Johnny's got cats too.
I've
He's got to
got
have a cat litter thing. So
yeah, I got 2 cats, so I definitely know the struggles.
You know, struggles real. Speaking of struggles, you want to know what I have? It's
no.
I'm ashamed to say it, okay, because I went to the doctor because I had like this like thumb thing. It's not a pain, but it was just kind of like a strain, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, something's going on, you know. And then I go to the doctor and I'm like, hey, what's happening? Give me the news, doc. That's what I tell the doctor. I go, cut this shit and just give me the news, doc. And he said, you have something. he goes, do you have an infant in the house? I was like, yeah, I got a baby. She's yeah. Well, why? Okay, well, what are you trying to get at, doc? And then he goes, you have something called mommy thumb. That's what he called it. I was like, it's not called mommy thumb. He's like, yeah, what happens is when you're constantly lifting your infant, that's what you get. Because I'm always the one. My wife has like a rheumatoid arthritis thing, so she can't strain a lot. You know what I mean? She's had that since she was like 20. You know what I mean? So it's very hard for her to lift stuff. So I'm always lifting that child, and so I have mommy thumb. Okay, wow. and I almost wanted to fucking punch the doctor in his face. I was like, you can't call this something cooler. You can't be like barbarian thumb or like, you know, like I'm sure barbarians had a problem lifting their swords and shit like that. You know, like you can't call it something. You gotta call it mommy thumb. You fucking you quack. And so yeah, that's it.
That's amazing. Oh my God, that makes me so happy. And of all things, I mean, I guess the upside for you is that people know that you're a good father.
Yeah, no, so there you go, guys. I'm a good father. Tune in.
Well, the twist here, the M. Night Shyamalan twist, is that you never pick up the baby, but because you have a bunch of quarter scale action figures, that's what that's from.
That's right. I pick them up like Mondos. I just pick them up like that. You know what I mean? I like that.
Oh my God, yeah, it's the collector's thumb. We'll just call it that.
Collector's. I like collector's thumb.
Hunter-gatherer thumb. There you go.
Yeah.
Mama thumb more. Oh boy, what a day. What a day for exciting stuff. Let's pull up this screen share. I'm going to give you all a sneak peek with the things you've already seen because of social media and because you're smart and you went to target.com already.
No, it's spoiled.
Oh no. You know what's interesting is they tease this stuff way earlier than they used to. It was usually like an hour before they would launch online. You would see it, but now it's like at least 2, maybe 3 hours ahead.
Yeah.
Interesting. And of course, we got our Haulathon over here.com just to see what our international folks get, in case it's a little different, because they've had some variety. I do really like the looks of this Cookie Monster. I wonder how big he is.
Is adorbs.
Here we go. All right, I'm going to refresh the page, and then we're going to click on this. Oh. Okay. Let's try that again. We got there a little early, maybe. Oh, they're just going away now.
Quickly.
Everything's sold out. There you go. All right. So you got Mr. Monster, you got Mr. Prey Boy, Rabbit Man, and the robot guys. So this we've seen before. It was last year, I think.
Yeah.
I'm
this
sure
it's a reissue, apparently.
Huh?
Apparently, this is a reissue.
Yeah, sure. There can't. You're right. Yeah, but just the same thing, right? There's not going to be. Nobody's going to see a difference in this, right? Because people have already got them in hands.
I don't think so. I mean, has anybody gotten that and seen the difference? And then you get my favorite Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah, looking good. That red is not as dark as it looks in this image, though. So for anybody that's why I was like kind of zooming in. It seems that was weird. Anyway, so yeah, it's a good figure. You get a lot of stuff. There is no way to put this on his back, though, right?
Nope.
So dumb.
It just hangs out.
Isn't it on the box that way? On the cover art.
Yeah,
the freaking cover art.
So by the way, oh my god, I forgot his name. I met that artist at WonderCon.
Right,
Ben,
that's right.
Something. I'll look him up. Who was selling those prints, and I want to go back. Everybody should buy that artist's prints. He had everybody, and he does some great stuff.
Yeah, very talented. I've been loving his stuff. He does share it on social media, a couple different places. I know I've seen it. Very talented, which is nice because you would expect Stan Sakai to be doing all of that stuff, but no, we have some other great artists involved, which is great. Then you got this invisible guy, the blood one where he's fighting the bear. So people knew that way before I did. I was so dumb when because the original box cover. Let's see, does it? Oh my god, the box art for the promo was not this. It was a black box with standard like white.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's like there's no way it's the blood one, but yeah, it is. Okay, so Haulathon International folks, you get the same thing. You get the Feral Boy. I want to see week 5 drops. Okay, so same stuff. Nothing different. Nothing unique, which is unusual. Usually there's like at least some other kind of plushie, like a Hello Kitty or something.
Yeah.
Some of these are still available, by the way, for previous drops. So it kind of, I guess, gives you an idea of what's hot or not.
I wonder if any stuff sold out on the last week's, like Baxter and like Kirby and all that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. These guys are still available.
Well, no, on international, but I'm saying like on the U.S. side, I wonder if like any of that stuff sold out.
Yeah, I tried to look up earlier, and I just went through like my purchase history to find the links, and everything like Donatello, all the single packs, those are all sold out. And they didn't have a thing underneath like they did last time. Last week, there was like here's some stuff from the last one. You can't do that now, which is interesting. Yeah. So I couldn't find anything that was still available, but I don't see any of this stuff selling out. Last week was kind of the same way. It was like 4 hours later, people were commenting on our live stream, and they're like, it's still available.
Nah, this stuff will sit. Although that Cookie Monster,
pretty fun,
looks delicious. Look at those delicious cookies.
Is it a zipper? What's going on with that metal piece?
Maybe the zipper has. Maybe he's got to open the cookie. Maybe
you can actually gobble them down.
Yeah, you can just stuff cookies in him.
Oh, adorable!
Wouldn't that be fun if you used that Cookie Monster as a cookie jar and guests come over and the guests are like, "Hey, where can I get delicious cookies?" And you're like, "It's in that Cookie Monster." And then you have guests sticking their like hands inside the thing and pulling out cookies. Would that be fun?
I like that.
Yeah.
And anybody that doesn't like that's a real son of a bitch.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like the idea of like strangers like just in the cookie jar, just touching every cookie. Like, just put cookies on a fucking plate. Okay, we don't need why are cookies in a jar? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, they made the jar. What else are you gonna put in it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. See, who's stupid now?
Yeah. Not me, right, guys?
Nope. All right, we are at 131 people watching on my channel and 108 watching on yours.
Come on, let's go, Hatter channel. Let's catch up.
Nostalgia channel. So, international folks, I'm sure it's worth the wait to and cost to get this thing shipped. Right. God, how is that not something that shows up worldwide anyway?
Yeah,
like these I can understand.
Do you know that do you know that the first HasLab, I think it was the first, was a Cookie Monster and it failed?
Is that for real?
Yeah, the HasLab did I think it was a like life size like Cookie Monster that they tried to. It was it life size? I think so. And they failed. They couldn't they couldn't make it happen. It didn't have G.I. Joe in the title, you know.
Yeah, just put some gear on him. You would have sold him.
So now's your chance, guys.
Have a transforming Cookie Monster transforms into a jar or a cookie.
Yeah. Cookie Monster would be, dude. I love. I would really be down for some like Sesame Street type merch, like not this, but like figures or something. You know, like they had back in the day. Okay, they had a company called Palisades Toys, and Palisades made the most beautiful Muppet figures ever. Like, they still hold up. And they were going to make Sesame Street figures, but the company folded. Like, it just they couldn't sustain. But like that line, and they pretty much did everything, every Muppet thing. I mean, there's probably some missing, but that line.
Palisades has a history of making some awesome stuff and like really fleshing out the whole stuff. Didn't they do a bunch of Simpsons things?
Wait, I think Palisades do Simpsons?
I think so. Isn't that who did it originally?
No, originally it was Playmates.
No, someone will confirm. Look it up. I'm pretty sure Palisades also did some Invader Zim stuff.
Yes, I believe Palisades did do Invader Zim.
They're super expensive now. And then there was a leak, or a tease that Diamond Selects was going to do some Invader Zim. But we haven't seen anything for a while. But Diamond Selects, man, they cannot get their paint apps done right.
Diamond Select, whenever I hear figures coming out and then I see Diamond Select, I'm like, oh, that's a shame.
Oh, God, the Van Damme?
Yes, that Van Damme. Luckily, Van Damme is being made by a new company called Syndicate Collectibles. That is looks like it's going to be awesome.
Dude, I cannot wait. I need to see something in real life from them that's produced.
Well, you have to. Oh, that's produced. I mean, they had their prototypes at SDCC, but
I know. I was very excited about that. And then they have the Christopher Walken from what movie was that?
From Christopher Walken from True Romance.
That's right. The whole line. And in they had
the whole line. Johnny, you're coming at me all wrong, not knowing what line that is. You know?
It's okay. Because I don't really care. This is what I care about. Trash Around My Plastic sending $5 to my channel. No!
To me, baby. Thank you, Trash Around My Plastic. Had to come here. I got to read it now. Silence, Johnny. Had to come here for some reason. I can't comment on his channel. By the way, you should call this Mad Nostalgia. Thanks, buddy. Well, I'll take that. I will say that I do like that my name in that double name is first. You know, it says Mad Nostalgia. So if you are lazy and you just read the first part, you get some of me. You know what I mean?
If you read the whole thing, it's just me upset because he gave you the $5. I don't know why you can't comment on mine, because I've definitely seen your name before. Doesn't make sense.
Maybe he means internally. He's like, I just can't comment on.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It takes too much from me to give him that. Yeah.
Right,
I thought, oh, God, Mad Hatter. Come, I mean.
Oh, there you go, baby.
Fair.
The Musk. This is
like $6, I think,
from Ramen Toys. Although I just I just paid to get that sweet ramen racer to me. So you know, Ace is he just hooked me up.
We have to make notice here that he had to pay to get. This is the difference between this and like any other company, is that he will go into a live stream and pay to get the information to the people so that they know what's going on.
Hey man, this is why Ace is the man. This is why he's got his ear to the ground. Unlike certain super companies who their owners have their head in the fucking clouds and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, okay? And so I have to make angry videos talking about them. That's not Ace though. He's saying the Musk is still happening, guys and gals. I get this question a lot, by the way, okay? When people think that I'm like co-making the Musk.
Yeah.
But guys, I have nothing to do with the Musk. I am just a vocal I hate saying public figure, somewhat, whatever, that is vocal and wants the Musk very badly, okay? But I'll be happy to answer questions on behalf of Ace. Just need to fine-tune the 3D model before we can output the final prototype, encounter some time wastage on the 3D from our previous 3D vendor. Apologies. There you go. There you go. That's your Musk update. And then there's a little cha-ching in there for me. I love that, you know? Thank you, Ace.
And then I guess Rob, I don't know what if he's. You never know. You never know with people, especially when they're on your channel, that they if they really don't like me.
No, Rob is a regular.
But no, I definitely wouldn't block the trash from my plastic.
No, he's not. No, there's no way. Okay, there's no fucking way.
I only blocked who was it? The Bushman, apparently.
Yeah, Bushman, because Bushman was being
apparently
he likes to mix it up.
He did something to make me mad, I guess.
Yeah. By the way, it's very easy to make Johnny mad. Okay?
Yeah, kind of like whenever you last week and how you talked about how easily it was to get upset when other people kind of say things about you or whatever. Anyway,
I get upset all the time. I love
distracted by this. He paid again. He paid again.
No. Trash around my plastic. He's a big baller, shot caller. Thank you, buddy. No, sadly, wouldn't let my transaction go through last. Look, Johnny, he tried. You have people trying to pay you, and you're gatekeeping. You're gatekeeping their money. What the hell, dude?
That's right. See, this is how. Like I gave out my phone number so people could contact me and talk to me about their channels or ask questions about the stuff that I'm offering. And beyond that, I also don't let them give me money.
Yeah, exactly. Johnny's not. He doesn't do this for the money.
Do it for the peeps.
How's it hanging, fellow? I'm doing Bushman's voice. How's it hanging, fellow kids? You rang. That's how he leaves me. We DM each other like voice DM, and I always feel like I have such a sophisticated friend because most of my friends are just like, "Hey, what's up, fucker? Go pick up the phone, you piece of fucking shit, you dumbass." But when Bushman hits me up, he's like, "Hello, I've got this one toy, and it's quite nice," and and so I feel like I'm like, oh man, I'm a fucking man of culture. You know what I mean?
Well, he is.
Well, he is, but I am by proxy. Somebody said sold out. Can that be?
Yeah. See on the screen.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? They maybe just didn't have as much. I mean, it was just a lot of leftover from last time, and they were like, all right, let's just box it back up and then try to offer it again.
Yeah, I feel like that's a numbers thing. I feel like they didn't have that much. Like that's why it sold out.
Yeah, because they were sitting on the shelves forever last time.
Yeah, dude. Every Target I see that fucking shelf warming.
Mm-hmm. So probably easy to find for a lot of people, even after it's selling out online. I wonder though, on the international side of things, has anything? Do we see if it sold out here? Because it tells you to go to Target. I can't remember. Oh, I get, yeah, it would just pop up and actually say it on the front.
Yeah, I would just say it right there. Are you in on that Prey figure?
No, I have the regular one. It's still in the box though.
Yeah, I see you got a sweet Savage Crucible behind you.
I do.
That
it is actually very sweet, a sweet one. Look at that armor.
Yeah, you got the armored one, you piece of crap. They fucking gave me the non-armored one. I guess I'm not cool. I'm not like we're gonna give this guy an armor type channel. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, maybe I should do this. The thing is, I'm not gonna complain about free, and I can't turn this guy into Dr. Connors.
That is true. I turned. I did a sweet. I guess, is that considered a kit bash when you just put on like clothing on an existing figure? I don't know.
If the clothing didn't come off of some other figure, I would say that's not.
Yeah, it didn't come off. I just took a figure and I clothed him.
This is yours. I'm not even gonna say anything.
I'm late, but I'm here. Controversial Toys. Happy Pointless Wake Up Day. Thank you, Casp. It's funny because like he's kind of like friends with you, but it's weird. He chose to give me the super chat.
I know. Listen, I also don't really want to acknowledge that your YouTube now has 146 and to my 129. So
yes,
they have they've come to support the Hatter and tell me to eat a bag of D's.
Yes, you're very competitive. I noticed, Johnny. You're very. Maybe that's how your channel rose to power so fast. You're very like. You know, you're like that speech in Rushmore by Bill Murray. He's like, find them, take them down. You know what I mean? Like that's your mentality. Where me, I just want to like play nice and talk to my friend for an hour and a half. But you're like, no, I'm not friends with that. And grind him into the dust. That's kind of how you work. I see that now.
Mm-hmm. and then the best part is when people in comments have to go, well, what's the deal with that guy surpassing our boy Hatter? He's at 30,000. What? Somebody, you sent me a screenshot. Somebody called it out, and then somebody else was like, 30K.
Hey, that's an impressive feat.
It is.
Okay.
But I will say, here's the thing. Like, I'm getting a lot of people, probably a lot of them came from like different Dragon Ball videos, whatever. So it's like a mix of many types of reviews that have gotten me here. However, just like anybody else, it really matters what you put out, what the content, like what the item is, because even with all that, I can still have a video that gets like 4,000 views or 10,000 or something. It's just like, well, where is everybody?
I like how Johnny's like, oh, 4,000, as if it's like not a big fucking thing. That's 4,000 views.
It is, but when you have 32,000 subscribers, is my point. It's like it's still so important that you're giving them the video of the item that they want.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's anybody's game in this world. So anybody that's playing this whole thing, trying to create content and stuff, there's sometimes you can have a video that just does really well, and maybe the next one's a flop, and you're like, what the heck happened? But you know, it's all just experiment. Keep trying something new. Have fun. Don't let those views and things bother you. So anybody that's making content, just do it if you love it.
Yes. Do it if you love it. And you know what I love? This super chat right here from Robin Toys. It is not how you start. It is how you finish, John. See, Ace is he's very sage-like sometimes with his, it's like wisdom. You know what I mean? I think that's, see, John, you're like, between the both of us, I'm not seasoned, but like you're like the impetuous like upstart. You're like just like, hey man, I'm here to run the streets, and I'm a little more like, hey kid, you know, just like, even though I think we're almost the same age, I'm like, hey kid, just you got to just fucking relax. You know what I mean? Like I just got to temper you a little bit, because you don't want to run yourself dry on these streets, because I've seen many fall. Okay, in my time, I've seen many rise and then many fall. So you got to look out. You know what I mean? Just how I got to look out to this super chat right here for $5. Just tried it and said Trash Around My Plastic said, "Yep, just tried it," and it says payment won't go through. By the way, Nostalgia, I texted you. Wanted to know what happened to the guy that followed you home from Target. Yeah, dude, you had a whole thread. First of all, thank you. You had a whole cliffhanger, and I did you really pay off the cliffhanger? There's a guy out there. There's a man out there, trying to. He's posing a danger to you, and you never cinch that up. Okay, that's like in Game of Thrones. What's that one side story? There's a few of them that just they never paid it off, but you know what I'm talking about.
God, what a story. There's a few of them. I'm gonna see if I can go to the Trash Around My Plastics channel here, and I'm gonna confirm that I have not.
I would love if he was just fucking with you and you didn't block him at all. That would make me real happy.
No, I just blocked him. Because he only has 3 subs.
You can't block a guy like Trash Around My Plastic. That guy's awesome. What are you talking about?
No, I blocked him and then unblocked him. See if that changes anything. Anyway, you don't have to give me money. Give it to Mad Hatter. It's fine.
Yeah,
he's got the baby.
Yeah, and I got mommy's thumb. Remember?
That's right, and he needs all the help he can get to get a
right.
man's thumb.
That's right. Oh, I am the Starman with the $9.99. Thank you, sir. John, was that you asked for me to share the stream? Okay, I'm just saying.
That's fine.
Yeah,
it was going to be a game and see like who got the most super chats. Like they can go to your channel, or they can go to mine, and now I absolutely regret it.
Well, I am the Starman says it's not how you finish. Isn't it Friday the Haulathon? Thank you, sir. By the way, for people asking, for people asking what's going on with our thumbnail and what Starman is alluding to, because there's some people that don't know. In the first, I think it was the first Haulathon that video, or for this Haulathon that we did, Johnny and I have done other ones past years. There was a very eager commenter that really wanted to answer the question. And I say it's a question, although he didn't. It was a question, but it doesn't make sense as a question. He asked the question. I thought that every day that was every Friday that was the Haulathon. That's what he kept, and he kept spamming the chat. And then finally, we had to recognize him and just be like, "Hey, stop doing that." But then we all laughed at his question, and that's the new. That might be the new name of our podcast that we create. Because I thought every Friday that was that.
If it was a stream that had nothing to do with it, and it was on Friday or whatever, we were just talking about something different, then I'd be like, oh no, yeah, we're just talking about something else. But it was while we were talking about Haulathon on a Friday, just like right now. I thought it was every Friday the Haulathon.
Exactly. And in that sense, I'm almost glad that he spammed it. Because normally we'd be like that person's words have no impact, but he really was eager, and so now congratulations, buddy, wherever you are. It could have been a language thing. I don't want to trash him too hard, but I don't think it was. I have a feeling he just wanted to know that he thought every Friday was the Haulathon.
But he has inspired many of folks. So Controversial Toys now supporting me over here. Now you both got $5. We need a 30-day everyday review segment called Jonathan.
There you go. See? And by the way, Controversial Toys, he hooked you up with some pretty sweet Gargoyles figures. So that's worth probably thousands of dollars. All right. So let's just relax. Okay.
Whoa.
No
grape guy yet. Trash Around My Plastic says dollar test. By the way, did you get my text? I explained the name of my channel. Maybe. Where did you text me? Because some people say text, they mean like Instagram.
No. Trash Around My Plastic. I don't think he's appreciating you as much as by his tone. It wasn't like, he said thank you, but I don't know if he like.
I wasn't even done talking.
Oh, sorry.
You like literally cut me off.
Oh, okay. That's kind of what I do.
That's true. No, I just let me know where you messaged me, and I'll check. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. But the trash around my plastic I mean, I feel like we've talked about it before a long time ago. So if that's what you mean. Anyway, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate it. I know that you care about me. And there's proof in the pudding now. It's not just Mad Hatter, which is making me like real sad about how much it's getting.
Yeah, you know what? Thank God that you got that, because you were starting to get. I was seeing the anime teardrop, or not, the anime sweat drop.
We're just gonna count up. There's 16 people. There's 16 starred things. 2 of those are Ramen Toy becoming a member in your channel and then gifting 20 other people memberships. So we need to notice that. But there's 16 of these things, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them.
That's guys, are you noticing how competitive Johnny is? Do you notice that there's like that streak? There's like that. Meanwhile, I'm just kind of like, I'm like Baloo the bear. You know who we are? Johnny, you saw the Jungle Book?
Of course.
Like, you're like Bagheera.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Where you're just kind of like, you're smart, but you're just kind of like, oh, what's going on? Like, you kind of got to control the situation. You're just a little nervous about stuff. And I'm like Baloo. I'm just like, hey man, just fucking, let's just sit in the water a little bit. You know what I mean? Bare necessities, like I'm just chill. That's kind of, but those guys were the best of friends. Okay. They took that man cub to the man cub village together, and they killed a tiger. No, they didn't kill him, but they beat a tiger. The tiger is the worst dude in that jungle.
How about, do you know so what you want to do?
Oh yeah, the vultures.
Yeah.
What you want to do?
Oh, no, don't start that again.
Don't start that again. Oh my God, I love that movie.
That has been planted in my head since it was always my favorite part. Like, I just watched the entire movie, loved the whole movie, but right at the end when that happens again, that I lived for that moment. So I'd watch the whole thing just to get to that part.
Yeah, those vultures were also. You know what's funny is, like, they remade the Jungle Book. The remake was pretty good, but they didn't include the vultures. Like,
dude, the remake stuff is so frustrating. It's the same thing with the live action of Lady and the Tramp, and they didn't have the beaver.
Oh yeah, but you know what? I didn't like the remake live action of Lady and the Tramp. Yeah,
they didn't have the whole beaver scene. It was just a stupid statue. I mean, that was my favorite part of that movie. It works swell.
Yeah.
Trash around my plastic, back at it again with the $5. The phone number you posted early in the morning, I said I was working and wasn't sure if it was really your number or not. Oh, so this is like a while ago then. Yeah. I mean, it's in here. Whatever. I'll get back to you. I reply to everybody in the text messages anyway. All right. It's part of my disease where I reply to everything. I have noticed that sometimes I go through YouTube Studio and I'll look at comments, and then I always filter out to like, oh, yep, I've replied to everything. Nothing's left. And then when I turn off and just view all messages, I can scroll through and find stuff that has no reply from me. But it's like I'd have to hunt for them. So if I never reply to your initial message or post on YouTube, it's just because YouTube is not letting me see it for whatever reason.
That sounds like a lot of justification, huh, guys?
What's your justification?
I'm lazy.
Yeah, if it's not something to argue with, you don't care. He'll spend hours arguing with Josh from before. So much so that he buys a Flipboard. I am the Starman. Show Hatter your daddy thumbs.
Oh, there you go. He just hooked you up. You fucking.
These are my daddy thumbs.
Yeah. Yes. You know what this is? John whined, and now he's getting his way. That's what's happening. Okay.
That's right. You cry hard enough, and mommy will give you the toy you wanted.
Exactly. Okay. So now everybody, let's relax. Super chats back my way. All right.
Thank you very much, Starman, for the $19.99. That's a big fatty, and I like it.
That's now. Can you take that $19.99 and go to the doctor and maybe figure out what's going on with your thumb instead of you trying to yourself fix it? Who knows what you could have in there?
Well, my thumb's fine. It's these fingers.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Mad Hatter.
Is that your new character?
You want to know why my fingers hurt?
I like it.
Oh, no, it's my Cyclops hand. That's all. Zarp.
Character work.
Oh, God. Yeah.
There's something about this Queeple guy. He's got a little bit of a lisp.
I like it. What do you call this guy?
Queeple guy.
Because he has to say creeper, and
yeah,
it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God. We're disgusting boys, and I blame you for it. I'm a family-friendly channel. Unless you're on here, then the cussing comes out.
Yeah, that's right. You're not so family but you know what? I liked it for your live streams. You're not like, let's not curse. We just do one. Fuck all that.
Yeah, it's Johnny Nostalgia Unboxed.
Exactly.
I like how the light's coming through and like giving you this like noir light across your eye.
Yeah, the sun just peeked through the blind.
Pretty cool. It's like whatever those old PI or what would you call that? Those old time films where
noir films.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, cool.
Those old timey films.
Yeah, really old school, black and white, Sin City.
Yeah, like Sin City style. Yes. Maltese Falcon, all that. Okay. So this Haulathon, did we answer the question, Johnny? Like I thought every Friday was the Haulathon. Like the age-old question, was it answered?
Well, the answer is this is the last time.
This is the last time. This is
for Haulathon. Not the last time for the two of us.
Yeah, guys. Oh, yeah. So if you don't know, special announcement. We're gonna keep the train going. We're gonna keep the Johnny and the Hatter and the Johnny whatever we're calling it.
It's this.
Johnny and the Hatter.
I do love that drop. Johnny and the Hatter. I'm going to close my blinds because this is fucking annoying me now. Johnny and the Hatter, special announcement that we've made many times before is we're going to continue on. John, are we just going to continue on Friday? Is it just going to be Friday morning? We just commit to this, or what are we doing?
Yeah, it seems like the most logical thing. We'll see. I mean, next Friday, people will be like, there is no Haulathon. Why would we watch these idiots?
Yeah, we're gonna have literally like negative 30 people next
That's right. So maybe we'll play it by ear. I mean, as of right now, we can just do it at the same time. If we need to do it later in the day, we can try that out as well. It's just it gets tricky because it's the weekend, and some people actually go out and do stuff.
Friday, for me, Friday early in the day, I work, so I have a hard out. But Saturday, I know we tinkered around with Saturday morning. I don't know, like a Saturday morning cartoon thing.
Yeah. We also have to accommodate the other people in our house, so we'll figure it out.
No one figured it out.
I need to address this though. Ramen Toy with the 25 Hong Kong dollars. Thank you so much. Says Johnny, you should seriously go into voice acting. I can see the talent. Don't waste it. Plus, believe me, trust me, that is something I've wanted forever. It is not an easy thing to get into because pretty much Tom Kenny does every voice. I would love to do voice acting. I just need people need to hire me to do something or even offer. There was I feel bad now because I can't think of the channel name because it's been a while, but there is a creator that illustrates some comics and has people do voiceovers to tell the story for some TMNT comics, and I've done a couple voices for that, but yeah, I would love to. This is like when we decide to give all these people voices in the chat or do impressions, that's when I'm at my most happy.
Yeah, Johnny is he's a performer. We have to say that. I will say this: voice acting is a pretty good fucking gig. My first job so when I was in college, I got an internship at Disney Animation. I worked for a channel called JetX, which was Boys Action, and I did storyboards and character designs, and I was just like a grunt at the bottom of Disney's basement in LA, just drawing shit and getting paid nothing. But I used to help my buddy that worked in the voiceover department because they were cheap and they just needed so they just shuffled around people. So they're like, okay, and that's how it was there. And I used to see all these crazy voiceover actors like Tara Strong and like all these like elite Phil Lamar. And I'm not gonna say it's the easiest job, but like it's like in terms of like on the scale of acting, you don't have to show up to a set. You don't have to they literally like get paid tons of money, show up, they go into a booth. I don't think any of them worked for more than like 2 hours and then left, and they just got paid a shitload. And like every time they have to do a new character, I guess that's more money. So if they're like, okay, can you do also background guy number 1? Just more money. So it's actually like a sweet gig, like if you can get it.
God, yeah, it's a dream for sure. We got to address it. Are toy reviewers all friends? Well, I'd say 90% of us are or are willing to be. I can speak for myself, at least for that 90% of the people out there, the channels out there that I'm happy to be friends with. But yeah, Geek Dad Life, both of us have been on his live streams before. He's been on ours. He was on my anniversary video, and then whatever else a couple times prior to this one. But yeah, and he actually Geek Dad Life lives like 7 minutes from me.
Yeah, you guys are like,
we did a toy hunt video together.
You guys are not just friends; you're like regional bros.
That's right.
And Shartimus, I don't like know him well, but I'm friendly with him. You know what I mean? Like I've talked to him a few times, and I saw him at WonderCon, and he's a really nice dude. He's always been nice to me.
Yeah, he was also on my channel when he was promoting his Kickstarter.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He was on your thing. Yeah, for the most part, I don't know. Like, unless they kind of douche me and they go, "Hey, I have a policy that I don't show 5.5 figures on our channel," and then 1 week later you show 5.5 action figures. If you're that, then you're kind of a. Why would I want to be fucking friends with you? Because you're not a fan of your word. Anyway, continue.
Ace coming at it with the 50 Hong Kong.
Oh my God.
You need to make voice acting videos on your channel. Make up your own short scripts and act it out. That's the way to get discovered. Don't wait around for someone to hire you. Hire yourself first. So here's an idea that I had that I wanted to do, and then it was at a point before this channel when I just had ideas that I really would want to work on, but was too lazy to commit. I wanted to start a podcast called Becoming the Voice Actor, and the whole thing was my process. And maybe I'd never get hired, but it would just be each episode I come to the table with something new that I learned, and then just kind of build it up from there and like give people a little bit more information. Oh, I worked on an audio reel. I worked on this or whatever. I talked to my agent. Here's some information. And each episode would just be something that people could listen to kind of follow that path themselves or learn from what I've done. I still think it's a great idea. I just, at this point, I have way too much crap on my plate.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I would watch. I mean, aside from this channel, like it would have nothing to do with toys, but I would watch something like that. I actually, not to play like tit for tat, but I had something similar that I wanted to do with writing like screenplays, because I've been writing for like 15 years now, and it takes so long to break through. It's only in the last 5 years I've been getting like real jobs. So like I wrote a script for Sega like 2 years ago, and when I did that, I was like, it could be fun, like, is to do a podcast or something about like just the process of like when you write, how does it work? How do you break shit down? How do you but like from nuts to bolts, and the frustration of like notes, like when like a studio like gives you notes, or a producer gives you notes, and how like, and I wanted to do like a breakdown. I even wanted to do like a recording session of like, okay, here's like a scene, and now I got to write like fucking 10 pages. I'm going to write 10 pages, and it will be probably boring, but usually I don't write for more than 2 hours at a time. But I was like, what if I just recorded 2 hours of just screen share and just like trying to like just come up with something, and then the next day hating it, and like, like, or you do it enough that the next day you like it. That's like a rule. Like, so for instance, like if you write something, you never send it. You never go, okay, it's written, you send it. That's a rookie move. Like you sleep on it the next day, or give it 2 days and come back and then reread it. Like shit like that, where it's just like, because when I was in college, I used to go to a site called Script Shadow and another site called Word Player. And I know this is real boring. We'll talk about toys, I promise. But like I used to really find the tips on how to write interesting, and I would watch that dedicated, and I would just read tons of scripts. But I always wish back then there was like maybe a way to just break down like the process on how it works, and also like what other people are doing in like movies or shows, and how like other writing processes are. So I don't know. I guess I'm trying to co-sign your idea that you should do something with that, because it could be interesting.
Well, we did talk about our audio podcast concept, which was ultimately kind of bringing those two worlds together. I still think we should. I mean, this is the push that we needed. Yes,
that's right. Yes. We're pushing ourselves, guys. Okay. And again, this has nothing to do with toys, so relax. We'll still talk about precious toys.
Which all of those toys are, almost all of those toys exist because of the things that we're talking about right now.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Ramatoy gifted 20 Nostalgia Unboxed memberships. How about that? What do you think about that? Now you can
at first I was on board, but Ace, let's kind of relax here. You know what I mean? Let's we don't have to go completely equal. It's fine.
It's like he's going back and like, what did I give Mad Hatter? I need to give him that. Hey, yeah, you know what, Ace? Thank you so much, honestly, for everything. Just for being such a great dude and representing a great company that's completely open about everything you do, which is awesome. Sometimes a little too open. You know what I mean? Like, just calm down. Yes. Open, please. It says super hard to get into. Gross. I don't even know what he's talking about.
He's talking about you, Johnny.
The trash around my plastic says $2, and I thought I was the only one doing
the only one.
That's over on your channel, by the way. That $2.
Is it every? Oh, sorry, that's on my channel. Thank you, Trash Around My Plastic, for the $2. And I thought I was the only one doing the voiceovers. There you go.
Thank also you, yours.
Bad Boy Toy Club. What are your guys' day jobs? Johnny, do you want to? First of all, thank you for the $4.99. Do you want to expound? I'll expound if you want to. I actually technically have 2 jobs. Actually, now with Flipboard, I have 3. Besides the channel. So I work for not a tech company, but I guess it's considered. It got bought out. So my day job is I work for like a tech company on this. I train people on this like software, and then on the side, I am a writer here in LA, and I went to school. I went to film school. I got into the industry here as a visual artist, and then I transitioned to writing because I really liked writing. And that takes anybody who wants to be a writer and get money to be a writer, unless you're a fucking genius, which I don't know. I guess I'm not. It's gonna take you like 10 to 15 years of not getting paid anything. I'm just letting you know. Yeah. So only in the last like 5 years. I've been getting like jobs like on the side, like writing like scripts and shit, which is why I'm always fucking tired. So that's the other thing that I do. Then I have the channel. Okay. And the channel is my hobby. It's my love. And now Flipboard is a big part of my life. Okay. There's a lot of time devoted to Flipboard. It's a whole thing. And then I'm a father too. So so if I'm always ragged and I'm always tired and I'm always this, and people are like, how come you didn't review this? How come you didn't review that? It's very difficult. It's I just, there's not enough hours in a day, and I actually don't even sleep that much. So yeah. So that's me.
Yeah, it's tough, and kind of in the realm of this sounds like stand-up, because he does do stand-up, by the way.
Oh,
Go check out his channel, folks, if you want some comedy and reviews. But it's kind of what Ace was saying, like, you create your channel and you start getting that stuff out there. Social media is a powerful thing for that. We've seen, especially during like 2020 and up, those people like Trey Kennedy that were just putting out tons and tons of stuff on social media, little videos, where they're like talking to themselves or whatever and just making goofy things. And it gets so much. And then there's like that Trevor guy or whatever. And now they're going around doing tours, stand-up tours, and people know them, instead of just kind of being like an opener or something. So there's a lot of power in social media. That is,
there's I would encourage anybody who wants to do something to spam your shit on social media. And when I'm saying spam, I mean, I know a lot of people that like start up channels, or they want to start up a channel, and they're like trying to like perfect every video. Like, I don't know, I got to get it. To me, that's never the way. I think just constantly put out stuff. And not only will you start to build an audience, but you'll also get better just by repetition, just by, I look at it as a writer. My advice was always like, pump out scripts. I've written probably like 20 scripts at this point. Okay. 2 of them have sold, but that means that I wrote 18 scripts before that. Will never, and they'll never see the light of day. At school, when I was in film school, I must have shot like, I don't know, like 20 short films. You know what I mean? But it's just like the act of doing that just does make you better. Yep. Okay. And so, and that goes for YouTube too. Sometimes we get that question. I would say the act of just putting stuff out there is in and of itself a sharpening of your skill set. So I don't really prescribe to the I gotta perfect later. I would say when you start, like, just kind of like get on the road and get your stuff out.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about like my channel and where it's at, and I started in August of 2022. So it'll be my 2-year anniversary this August. The reason it is to where it is also because for like 2.5 years before that, I had a different channel about science and space and stuff. So I worked out a lot of kinks, learned a lot of stuff, upgraded equipment over that time, upgraded editing software over that time, learned a lot.
Yeah.
Which then allowed me to kind of, even though my early stuff on this channel, I don't care for, but that was like a learning phase where I knew that I needed to start to figure out where the channel was going to be. But it's the same thing I tell everybody, which is like what you're saying, just keep doing it. If you want to get started on a channel, no matter what it is, you're curious, and it's just like, but I don't know what to do with this, and I don't know what to do with that. Well, one, the truth is there are thousands of YouTube videos out there that are like, here are the top 5 microphones. Here's the top 5 cameras for vloggers or whatever. And then you just kind of find the one that fits in your budget that does what you need it to. But just start with what you have. So everybody's got a phone these days. So just start with a phone and figure it out. If you're unable to accommodate your desires of what your channel looks like, then kind of alter it, do something else, kind of work your way up. It reminds me, there's this guy that does like car reviews and stuff, but he started out just sitting at his desk talking about cars. So it's like, here's a new announcement from the Hyundai Ioniq 5 or whatever, all electric. And then he would just talk about that and kind of have this online presence that way. And then he built it up so much that now he can go out, be at events, and actually have like a persona out of his house with the cars rather than just talking about the cars.
Yeah, that and that totally tracks. And so sometimes the will to act and consistent is this is a really cool story. I didn't know this on the chat. Just to piggyback on what you're saying, John, is I remember AJ Lasasio got the gig as Marty in the Telltale game of Back to the Future by calling them up and leaving a message in character. He has since had a great career and is currently Gambit. Just do it. So that's pretty fucking crazy, man. If that is the truth, I mean, he must have had some confidence in himself to do shit like that. You know, so it's probably not a all sizes fits all kind of like way, but like, yeah, man, like, I don't know. Half of it is just doing, is the will to act, you know? So, because I will say this, and then we will talk about toys, I promise. You know, there's plenty of people that I know, and again, this is on the writer side, that I talk to them. Oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, yeah, other writers. Oh, yeah, I'm working on this script. Okay, cool. Then 2 years later, yeah, I'm still working on it. Then a year later, yeah, I'm still working on it. That thing should have been done in that year, put out there, and you know, either rejected or moved on to something else, because you just have to keep on doing stuff. And eventually, I feel like if you are good at what you do, and if there's even the kernel of you being good, you'll find like a voice. You know what I mean? Like,
But you'll have to be willing to try new things and not just be so confident in yourself that you just stick to the same thing over and over. And you have to know your audience. So, like, who are you writing a script for? Who are you making a review for? Right. So the way you approach what you're doing, you need to consider that. Who is my audience? I really can like think about, okay, most of us are probably, for doing Ninja Turtles, we're targeting people 35 to 50. That's the like average age group. So you make videos for those people, but also who do you want to appeal to? You know, so that informs your personality and your style. Are you wanting to be like meticulous where you talk about every single thing? Or do you want it to be less about the figure and more about the personality, like the two of us, I think.
Yeah, eventually you'll find the my wife runs Y Creative Marketing LLC. Oh, I thought he was saying my wife runs Y, like he was asking. My wife runs Y Creative Marketing LLC. She's very outside the box and works with small business and individuals. If anyone needs help without bringing the bank, not so. There you go. So you know, like, I will say, I have to mention this too. Okay, you can getting involved in things like this and putting perfect. Let's just talk about Flipboard just for a second. This is a perfect example. Okay. Flipboard, let's just look, obviously the elephant in the room is that is a toy that has begun because of this YouTube channel, which is ridiculous. Okay, like that Kickstarter, which is a successful Kickstarter, and again, this is not like a tooting my own horn type of thing, but I'm just trying to give an example, is because of a Kickstarter. Now, that's not why I brought up this example. Our lead sculptor that created that sculpted Flipboard was somebody on YouTube, a commenter on Geek Dad Life called Renders FX, Ryan from Renders FX, who was a regular on Geek Dad Life, liked the Flipboard idea, showed Jay from Geek Dad Life his renders. Jay came to me, said, "Hey, check this guy out." I was like, "This guy's pretty fucking good," and now is going to have a toy that is coming out. That not a, you know, portfolio toy. Some people, thousands of people we have sold thousands of Flipboards. People are gonna get his thing in hand. So YouTube is definitely a new avenue.
Yeah.
To not, you know, like if other people, because I've been gatekeeped a lot as an artist, as have you, John. Like, if you are an artist, you know that there will always be gatekeepers that are like, this is the old way, audition and this and that. But like, definitely take advantage of things like this, of the community. Put your stuff out there. Don't be afraid. You should be fearless, because the worst they can say is, "Hey, you suck." That's the worst thing that they could say. And you know, the best thing they can say is, "Hey, I want you to work on a thing that's going to come out, and it's going to come out." So that is a crazy story. So I'm piggybacking on what Justin's saying. Just to if you want it, put yourself out there, because YouTube is a new game. I mean, it's not new, but like it's a newer game, and I think there are ways to still get out there and, for lack of a better word, like make a career or make money. Flipboard will make money. You know what I mean? Like it's going to. So like, and I'm just, again, I keep going back to that example because it's my example that I know. You know what I mean? It's in my phone. So that's all. Yeah, just saying.
So in regards to me saying that the average viewer, when we're talking about Ninja Turtles, yes, Ninja Turtles, the average age is going to be 35 to 50. You're talking Dragon Ball Z or anime and things. I don't know if you are, but that stuff I see scale heavily back down to like 18 to 25. So it just, I was using Turtles as an example to say you need to know your audience. So depending on what you're talking about, if I do Dragon Ball stuff, I will get some older folks, but it scales heavily on the younger audience, like big time.
Dude, isn't that fucking wild how like we grew up with Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball is like also like a it's a, I don't know, I guess that's the genius of Dragon Ball, is that somehow, even though like I was raised with Dragon Ball Z and you were, like, it also skews to like teenage. It's crazy. That thing has such fucking crazy legs.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. And Daima is just going to do a whole nother round of that.
Yeah. McDoidles, by the way, thank you for the $2, saying, I hate Haulathon. Simple as that.
Because he has to listen to us.
That's right. He's got to listen to us. John, I don't know if you got this. I do want to show, didn't NECA come out with like a checklist of stuff that... did you see that at all?
A new checklist? Because they update them all the time. There's like the Toon Mirage movie, all that stuff.
Let me look and let me just send this to you. Let's just go through just some more chats. Someone just got Thundercat Wave 8 and reviewed them, albeit they look great. However, Captain Shiner looks kind of short. I know somebody's going to be very pissed off about that.
Yeah, Super 7 has a really good track record, and they don't make anybody upset, so it'll be fine.
That's right. Controversial toys. Wait, is it me or you? It's me. Thank you, buddy. It's like AVG and Angry Video Game. They're very basic and being after many years. Video goes in more depth, higher. Yeah, that's a guy who, and that guy made that his job. I'm positive that just became like his job. Like I don't think Angry Video Game Nerd, goes to another job. I think that's his thing. So YouTube is great. You could turn your passion into something where you can, do what you want to do, also make money. Some YouTubers make tons of money. You know what I mean? Like the toy industry, I will say this, toy channel and toys as a subject, maybe Johnny will crack the code, but it doesn't scale in terms of like some other things, like, I don't know, like talking about cars or talking about electronics.
Yeah. There
is a glass ceiling that I have found to be true, even for guy like some of the biggest, like Shardamus or something like that. Like, I think like,
well, again, I mean, a lot of that too is like Shardamus has been around. He's got tons of subscribers, but like I was talking about earlier, he can also have a video that only has 4,000 views, which isn't going to pay you anything, regardless if you have 1 million subscribers.
Right.
So there's a lot to play with it. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing if it wasn't for all the other stuff that I'm selling. Like, this will be the new thing, the 4-player deck.
What? You're finally can I say I have been on Johnny Nostalgia to make the 4-player turtle deck for the longest time.
Yeah.
And he's been giving me years of excuse after it looks phenomenal. Excuse after excuse, and now finally I get the honor of purchasing.
Yeah. Because I don't do the 3D part. So Atomic Fox over on Twitter, Dan, he makes the 3D printed thing. So he changed the 2-player deck to this 4-player deck, and we'll have purple buttons here for Donatello, but now I can make those 4-player things. So I didn't want to make this arcade because other people have made it. and because it was 2 players. So now we got the 4-player deck. We'll have the Simpsons and X-Men as 4-player consoles. So the Simpsons is just and the X-Men are just upgraded versions of what I offered before, which means once I only have, I don't know, maybe 40 or less arcades in my stash to make stuff with. So after these are sold out, I'm going to start selling kits that are basically like upgrade your own stuff. So if you bought Simpsons or X-Men in the past, you can just buy like the center console piece. And then for people that just want to do their own, I now have, thanks to a local print shop, these are stickers rather than having to be glued down by hand. So now we're finally there. We can finally do what we need to do.
I am so excited about that thing. When is that going up on sale?
Hopefully this weekend. I got to figure it out. Maybe I'll spend some time putting it together today. Because I just got the stickers on it yesterday. To answer Nando in the over on Twitter, no, I never got Gwenpool. Unfortunately, that is a harder one to get a hold of at least a reasonable rate. Like sometimes she's on eBay, and I'm like, God, I just never trust eBay with Mayfex and SH Figure Arts because you get so many knockoffs. Which I'm sure there's buyer protection for that, but
yeah, there is. But yeah, you got to watch out, especially with like foreign stuff. You better save me one of those arcades, man. I bet I've been, if chat, please understand, I've been on this guy for years to fucking make that thing, and it's always just excuse after excuse. But now my dreams are going to come true, and I think that's going to sell out. I think that's going to be a fast sellout.
Oh, I think so, especially the Ninja Turtle stuff. It always does.
That's why you better hold me one, bro. I sent you, by the way, I got those checklists for NECA stuff. I think there's some new shit on there.
You can.
I don't know if you want to put it on your screen or something.
Do you know that you can do that?
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Remember, you're a partner over here on this channel, so you can kind of do whatever the heck you want.
Oh well, let me see then, partner. Hold on a second.
Unless you have to get it to yourself first.
I do have to get it to myself.
What a sad boy.
I guess it's going to be a race to. And I think these were the only NECA checklists. I think these are updated checklists. Why are you not attaching?
Slowly but surely, one of us will get there.
Oh, this is a lot of fun for the channel. Just to.
There we go. All right.
Oh, you got it first. Okay.
Nice and pixelated. Classic header.
I think this is all there is, though. I don't think that this is a. I don't know if maybe chat can help if there's a better version, because I checked their site. So I think this is the updated. Although, you know what they don't show? Did you hear the rumor that there are going to be single cards of the Lawson Mirage Turtles?
Yeah, but are those going to be just the red bandanas again, or are they going to? Is that?
I doubt it. They'll probably make the colored bandanas. Like, I don't know if
I would think so.
Yeah. So
it just seems crazy. I mean, if they do the singles and they put more accessories in the singles, I'm going to be so mad. If it's just the same thing, but you get more stuff in singles, it's going to be so frustrating.
Dude, I think you're about to get mad.
Because usually you get more stuff in the 4-packs.
I know, but I think there's going to be. If I know NECA, they're going to make you want these. Look.
This doesn't look like NECA made it.
No,
it's just a screenshot from San Diego Comic-Con.
No, I don't. I've got this sent to me multiple times. Is this not a NECA thing? Look, John. Look at this nice chat right here. There you go. Fuck yeah, you guys are great as that. You give me strength to follow my passions. There you go.
What he didn't clarify is that his passion is to become a serial killer.
You know what, though? I mean, if you're going to be a serial killer, I guess be the best one. Right?
Yeah, have passion for it.
Yeah, have passion when you
don't just do it for the news.
Yeah, I hate serial killers that are just like going through the motions. Like, I like one that has like a lot of passion. Devin Decker, can you share the link? I don't have a link. I got this sent to me by multiple people. and it was on Party Wagon. So I
NECA, when they release these things, they have a whole downloads section on their website, and it's like part of the press releases or the news or blog or whatever it's called now.
Are you saying that my sources are not credible?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. based on these screenshots.
But I mean, these are things that are coming out.
It's also accessory question mark. So this is not official.
I don't know, dude. I got this. Yeah, I maybe it's not official, but it says official up there. So how could it not be official?
It's like if it's on the internet, it's real.
Yeah, it's got to be real.
Plus that was like a freaking Instagram post.
That those are legs.
Yeah, it's the Grandma April from last year's April takeover.
Okay, but this does bring up a point. So Haulathon is over, right? That's been 5 weeks of heavy spending on shit. I'm wondering where the next NECA thing is that's going to go. So the NECA guy was on Toy Anxiety, and I know that he talked about that's where he talked about the Mirage Turtles that are going to be individually packed. And I guess they're going to do like the April, what's her name? April O'Neil, the actress, not Paige. No, the other one, the first one. What's her name?
Hold on. It's in my brain because I met her.
Oh my God. Chat, please. Please save me. Whatever. Judith Hogue. Thank you. Controversial Toys.
Yeah. With a J.
Yeah, she's gonna have the jumpsuit. It's gonna be April.
Yeah, and he still showed off the same one that Blaine had, which was just a Ripley body, which wasn't supposed to be the case. So I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know. I mean, we don't want to complain because I think that guy he takes he gets.
Well, that was Trevor. I think Trevor might be okay.
Yeah. Well, no, but the other guy, what's the name? Blaine. He gets very offended when people complain. So
he becomes the type of people that he hates. Like he, I would say, is more of like a leans left, very blue kind of guy, very liberal in the sense of like, whatever. But he becomes his enemy when you don't like 10% of the stuff that NECA
right.
He takes offense to personally, and I don't know why.
He takes it. Yeah, he takes it very. Don't like 10%. So Blaine, if you're watching, relax. There's not a criticism. Okay, I know you. It's very. You don't like that. So we're just offering an opinion. Okay, don't get upset. But yeah. So that is. I don't think it was updated. I just think that they were definitely just talking about how it's going to be coming out. But I'm wondering what's the next. So now what happens is it's in May. We're in May. Now's the road to Comic-Con. Here's what I'm afraid of. Do you want to hear it, Johnny? So
I would like to be afraid too.
Okay. I'm afraid because Comic-Con is coming out, and Comic-Con is going to have a bunch of new turtle shit on display, right? Let's face it. NECA always comes correct with their displays, but there's a few matzo balls that are hanging out there in the ether that we are still owed to us. Okay. There are the Turtles Archie 4-pack. Okay. Which also apparently the hint is that they're about to go real hard on Archie. Okay. So here's a few things. Check the money right here. Archie 4-pack is still out there. And I think all of these are going to come out before Comic-Con. Okay. Archie 4-pack is $150 right there. Leatherhead, Mirage Leatherhead, go to come out, I guarantee, before Comic-Con. So yeah, I see voice act. Hey, Ace, can you throw me a bone too? Come on. That's gonna be a thing. That Rat King is gonna be a thing. The Mirage Rat King is coming out for sure. And then the big daddy of them all, the holy shit big daddy of them all, Giant Krang.
Yeah.
Is he's out there, and he's going to be expensive. There's no way he's not expensive. I'm going to say 200 minimum for that fucking guy. So you have some heavy hitters. I mean, Leatherhead and Rat King, price-wise, not heavy hitters. Let's face it, probably 30 something, 30, 35. But those other two are going to be pretty fucking brutal.
It is a reminder to me that we talked about last week that I'm surprised that the Archie normal turtles don't exist before the wrestling ones do. A lot of people I remember were super excited about those, and the belly guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's out there too. Yeah, but I wonder if that shit comes out before Comic-Con.
I'm curious. I mean, we're seeing like these random, like some people in the comment earlier were talking about the kind of ghost drops on Target. So like Donnie from The Last Ronin showed up and people were able to order it and then it was like gone. It's like it just got up there early.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. Like how I think Rat King is going to be on deck first because I believe they had Jim Lawson he had a picture like with an in-package Rat King. So I think that that's coming first.
Yeah, I think so. Thomas Goes Nostalgic says, not to mention if other NECA lines release the same time as Turtles, if they release the rest of the Dinosaurs family, I'm screwed. Didn't we get confirmation that Earl Sinclair will be coming out with his work attire?
Oh, did we?
Yeah, I thought so.
I remember that.
I thought that was like a really within the last week or two, and where whatever that source was like that's definitely happening.
I don't remember that, but I mean, they're gonna want to make use of that mold. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be surprised. Like if they came out with work attire. I want the rest of that family. I want that boss. I want that big, giant, hulking boss, sitting on a chair.
And it just needs to be like a little Dio piece. I don't need him to be able to pop out and be fully articulated. I just need his arms and his head to move. But then him to just be in that part of the trailer with the desk and the walls. And it's really just like a little Dio piece.
Yeah, that's a fun license, man.
I wanted to say this, Devin, does seem right. I mean, we got Alf was a SDC exclusive.
Oh yeah, I can see work. That's a good one, Devin. I could see Work Earl being a SDCC. That's a perfect, right? That's like a perfect SDCC exclusive.
Yeah, good point. And then Trash Around My Plastics with the $10. Thank you very much. I like $10. You looking for the white Gwenpool or the black Gwenpool? Also going back on the voiceover stuff, I've been practicing with my voicemails. Hatter heard my recent one, got offered a voiceover job for YouTube.
Yeah, there you go. But you gotta say it, John. You gotta say it. You gotta say it. You gotta say it. You looking for the white Gwenpool or the black Gwenpool? Also going back on the voiceover stuff. I guarantee I've been practicing with my voicemails. Hatter heard my recent one, got offered a VO job for YouTube. I also guarantee that.
Jesus. I don't know if someone should be offended by that or not.
That's my Leatherhead. Let's relax.
I'm looking for the white Gwenpool, the regular one, not the future Gwenpool. I have Spider Gwen, which is unrelated. Obviously, they're just both named Gwen, but that was the other figure I was also trying to find. So they don't have any relation to each other. Despite the names, but I was looking for them both at the same time. Yep, still need the regular Gwenpool, unfortunately. Controversial Toys came in, said, "Hey, Johnny Nostalgia, I found these $5 in my pocket. Do you want it?" And I said, "Oh, dude, that's very, very nice of you." And he said, "Great, I'll give you a super chat." And that super chat says, "Robbie from Dinosaurs might come with the mock-up TMT poster that hangs in his room."
Why is Casper doing a Scottish accent?
I would like to know that too. Ask him.
I don't know.
Maybe he'll send you a voicemail. Oh, I just felt like it needed to come out that way.
I can do a Scottish accent too. Just like I'm going to read this one right here. Individual Lost and Turtles, April in the yellow jumper. There you go, man. I just matched you right there. I can do a Johnny Nostalgia impression. Here, where is it? Here.
Oh, that was great. You already failed.
No, here we go.
Lost all the
Here we
energy.
go.
Oh.
Here, guys, we're taking a look at this Recondo and check it out right here. All right. What's going on? Oh, I said that close up. Oh no. You know, that's it. I can't move my camera, so I'm just doing.
Yeah, here's my Mad Hatter. All right, we're gonna check it out. He goes about this far. And there you go. All right. Bye, Flipboard.
Wow. You know, when you hear yourself,
it was bad because it actually went in focus, which is a problem. So let me. I don't know how to force my cameras to. I'm too good.
No, here's this. Here's this.
There we go.
Oh
yeah, look at the details there.
No, okay, no. Here, so pretend my webcam is just instead of me getting closer, but that's like a zoom in. Okay, yeah. That's a zoom in. It's like GI Go.
Oh, beautiful.
Got him, guys. Right. All right.
Yeah, nothing will ever top the video from last year that you made.
Which one was
production?
Oh man, that's right. God, how long have we been doing this, John?
Too long, man.
Toodaloo.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, I feel like I'm supposed to be offended by this Johnny.
I know. I remember. No, it was not. Johnny, no, Johnny, what's it called? The Johnnies are not based on you, Johnny.
Yeah, that's just based like on your what's the name? Joe. It's like when politicians, Joe the plumber.
Yeah, that's right.
Johnny
the
whatever.
Toodaloo.
You guys are losing the audience. Can you please keep refreshing the Haulathons?
Yeah, hold on, guys. Let's get back. Let's refresh. I don't know. What are we going to refresh? Bebop and Rocksteady sold out.
We know that those guys are gone. The rest of it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Usagi's going to sit. Let's face it. I think, by the way, I don't know if you agree with me. Let's relax with Usagi. I think we're good. I wouldn't mind seeing other characters in the Usagi world, but I think we're good with Usagi. Would you agree?
Yeah. It's just funny because they're so heavily right now on the repainting. So this is just a repaint of what you get in the 4-pack. The Cyborg is a repaint of the space one. So we are in a realm of like, all right, maximizing, I guess, your potential for the Usagi. But that was to build the line to say, we think there is enough here that we can. And I hope that going forward, it doesn't say Ninja Turtles on the box.
Yeah.
That they just lock in and say no, because he is his own thing. Like it's fun and the universes cross over. It's great, but they're leaning heavily now into the comics of Usagi, and he deserves to have his own branding and packaging.
Yeah.
Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong for trying to give Stan Sakai the love that he deserves?
No, I mean, that's pretty. I mean, that guy dedicated himself to this one property. You know what I mean? So it should, he should. I don't know.
He doesn't need to piggyback on Turtles to get started. Last year, sure, or the year before, rather. That would have been 2022 when the regular Usagi came out from Ninja Turtles. Now, none of it's Ninja Turtles. So let's just give this guy some love. They are going to push further into the line, so we should start seeing some of the other characters, which is great. But just take Turtles off the box.
I mean, they want the turtle bump. The turtle bump means a lot, dude.
Oh, I know.
You know, I mean, some say probably as powerful as the Hatter bump.
Almost.
Controversial saying, who knew Silver Falcon would be the hardest Haulathon figure to get? Only 2 went to each store. The Broadway.
Wow.
Silver Falcon, really? Was that was hard to find? You know what? Actually, I do think it sold out on Target, on like Target online.
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of fucked up because that's the only way to get those blasted fucking wings, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the perfect version to get, because if you don't want the trench coat, you just take it off.
But... yeah, you take off the trench coat. I mean, yes, you'll be missing the sprouted wings, but I don't know, like, a lot of people that love those anyway. So, like, yeah, and it's also the perfect one to get because it comes with a third head.
Yeah,
that is probably the most Broadway of the Broadway heads. You know what I mean? Like, he's just kind of like blank, because the other Broadway, the regular Broadway, has kind of like he's smiling, but it's kind of angry eyes. You know what I mean? That one has like kind of like dopey eye face, like it's like much more of like a Broadway expression. So the variant is actually the best one in that regard, I think, to get.
Agreed. How about that? We agreed on something.
What
crazy?
The hell? You agreed?
Hey,
but I do want to circle back around just on that NECA stuff real quick, John, and ask you personally, which ones do you think you're in for out of like those? Well, we got to count Belly Bomb too, because Belly Bomb is also, I think, going to come out soonish.
So let's recap the things. We got Belly Bomb. We got the Wrestling Turtles. We've got
Rat King.
We've got Leatherhead. And then some
the big baby boy giant Krang.
Oh yeah. God, I am afraid of Krang because the regular one doesn't stand up. So if you get him real big, how much of a nightmare is that going to be? I still have a dream of a figure that's so big it looks like it's holding the top shelf up, which is one of the reasons why I want the.
Oh, that's fun.
I want the HasLab Sentinel because I think that would do it. But he might not articulate well enough, so I might get him in there and be like, "Oh, damn, I can't."
Yeah, his legs are gonna. I can already tell you because I had him. His legs are gonna frustrate the shit out of you if you get him.
So he needs to just stand there.
Yeah, because they're not ratchet. They're not ratchet legs. He's giant and he has like loosey goosey legs. It's fucking annoying.
God, who made it? Super 7?
The scent. Oh yes. Why did I fall for that? Fuck.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Damn it! I fucked that. I didn't look.
I think, man. And then there's so much stuff that will probably come, like this, like the jumpsuit movie. April might actually be available, or maybe she'll probably just be shown.
Yeah. You also brought up a good point about Ronin Donatello might come out soonish too.
Right, the Ronin and the Mikey, the regular Mikey. We've seen he's been hitting randomly for orders. I will definitely get last Ronin stuff. So whatever it is, it's most likely going to be those two anyway. Raphael or Michelangelo and Donatello, and then from there, I don't know that I have an interest in the rest because I don't collect the Mirage line. I try to not get anything from the Mirage line just for my own sake, even though the stuff is gorgeous. If they were to release Archie Turtles regular, I'd probably get those because that is probably the most, that style looks the closest to a lot of the marketing stuff from the 90s. So if you remember, Playmates did the toon version of the Turtles that were like the brighter colors and they were supposed to be more cartoony. That art style in that box is what the Archie looks like, with the big kind of exaggerated beaks and real rounded stuff. Chubby baby look. So I'd probably get those. So number one would be, this is a long answer. Fuck me. The longest answer shortened is I'd go with the last Ronin for sure, and I would consider the Krang, depending on the price. It's just so big and it's so expensive.
Where would you cap out on price on that Krang? Where would you be like, nah, I'm good?
150 is a lot based on their quarter scale stuff that they've released in the past. And I understand that those are all older things, so the pricing has been kind of consistent. But I think he's going to end up being, like you said, he's probably going to be closer to $200. 150, I'd really think about it. and I'm sure it's not going to be in Target at all. So this would be like no, you got to order Comic-Con exclusive drops or whatever.
Yeah, I think he's going to be $200, dude.
Yeah, sadly, because there's a lot of plastic and.
Yeah, I think he's going to be. Did he really say this? I remember Trevor saying he wasn't interested in making Archie turtles because they look too close to the cartoon. Hey, guess what, Trevor? I'm fucking interested, and so are a lot of people.
Yeah,
so maybe you just drop your little preferences and just make us happy, please.
Right. I mean, even if you just teased it and then you got the response from the people, or put polls out and get like some kind of good God, just the answers are out there in the community. It doesn't matter what Trevor wants. It's again, this is like what we were talking about earlier. It's understanding your audience and working for them. So a lot of people said that Trevor didn't care about Tempestra and they didn't want to make her or whatever, but it's like everybody wants Tempestra. Why would you not? And if they're making Archie wrestling turtles and they don't use the toon heads, you know that they're not the same.
Yeah.
You know they don't look the same.
Yeah.
Because you had to get a whole new sculpt.
No, you need to come out with that. It kind of, those vibes give me like what's his name from Super 7 vibes, where for the longest time he's holding out on double joints on his turtles and only now he's doing them. It's like, and I know for a fact it's because he doesn't like double joints. It's like, hey, like at some point, maybe put your own preferences aside, like especially if it's like not a giant hill to die on. Like, is double joints that much of a giant hill to die on? Like look at your Mayfex stuff. I mean, John, you've been reviewing a lot of very posable shit. Would you look at that stuff and be like, wow, the aesthetic really sucks because of the joints? It's like all that shit is beautiful, and I would say better than Super 7 stuff. So it's just like I don't know where maybe 20 years ago articulation was like just ruining aesthetics, but like now in 2024 you can fucking let go of that. And I said that to say that also with this mentality, like Archie comics, regular turtles would sell like hotcakes. Okay, like there'd be a lot of people, because a lot of people are gonna buy that wrestling thing, and if it's just a standard turtle, so what? So you have another cartoon turtle,
right? You have another hot item. Like that. That's the crazy talk, because it's like anything. The Punk Turtles are an example of that. Anything you make that is actual turtles is going to sell.
Yeah,
it's when you start diverging from that. But the Archie line is everything except for them, and it's doing well. So why wouldn't you just be like, oh, well, if that stuff does well, make another thing. And just make a lot more money off it. There were two things that I wanted to say off that. One, I don't know. I'm putting blame on Trevor for that. I don't know. It's all hearsay from commenters. I've not heard him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going by what.
This is just, if that is the case, here's our reply. And I forgot what the
we're not. Yeah, NECA, relax. We're not criticizing you. Okay, we're not. Please. We know.
The only time that I think that articulation breaks it so much that I cannot stand it is looking at some of the Revoltech or Revoltic stuff.
Yeah, that's so the Yamaguchi. You know, it's a perfect example of that Spider-Man I got. That thing is a work of art when it's posed, but when it's standing up, it's it's not. You got a ball joint that's just sticking right out of a shoulder. So yes, that's a great example. But I think most people buy that to pose up. But there definitely is a middle ground, and your standard double joints and double elbows and double knees are not going to ruin a figure.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, there's a freaking company making the Dragon Ball models that you just clip and build them. You don't have to paint or anything, but you just put all the pieces together. There's one where when you articulate the arm, the muscle pops up.
Oh, I've seen that.
Come on.
That thing
That's
is
the
wild.
Technology.
That is wild.
Yeah. And I want to thank Dirk Savage, has been one of the people since the very early days, way back on Reddit when I was posting and just in the chats and stuff. Dirk Savage has been there from the beginning. Thank you, as always.
Dirk Savage is a friend of the of the MHR channel too.
Nice.
So
never heard you call it that before.
The I'm trying something new. I'm trying to streamline all my syllables so I can get more words out.
And I don't make it a habit of doing shout outs. But I told this person that I'll see what I could do, because I don't just make a video and then say, hey, shout out to so and so that's unrelated to anything, right? But this seems like a good place for it. So Caleb Boxel, how about that? Let's see if you see this part of the video. I might have to just text it to you and say I did it.
There you go. What's the first name? Caleb. Well, Caleb, you just got shouted out by me too, which probably, I mean, let's face it, it might be worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, that's maybe too much press. You didn't want that.
Yeah, way too much. I mean, this person's going to get paparazzi on them. It's going to be crazy.
Oh God.
Okay, so John, let's just since we talked about Haulathon, we're getting to the 2-hour mark. Let's just wrap up. The highs and lows of Haulathon, and the friends we made along the way. Also, what did you like most? What did you like best? Was this Haulathon satisfying to you? Please, let's expound. Let's look back now on Haulathon of 2024.
Let's see. 2024 Haulathon recap by Nostalgia Unboxed officially. The release, like always, showing up in stores way too early, causing a lot of panic, people freaking out. Really want some things like the punk turtles, the regular turtles for people that didn't ever have any. Crazy chaos. Oh my God, I can't find them in stores. And then when they started going out online, pretty easy to get. There were a couple things that sold out within like 15 minutes or something. Was there something that sold out in 3 minutes last week?
I don't think so. I think the fastest thing was those Pizza Club turtles. Right?
Maybe. Yeah. And that was pretty quick.
And that was like 15 minutes.
But beyond that, we saw a lot of that stuff come back online. So the Punk 4-packs would show up online again. The Space and Samurai set showed up again last week. And then a lot of things kind of sat there for a while, unless they were really, really hot items like the Casey Jones internationally, the Bebop and Rocksteady Today, which was really just like, because they knew that not a lot were going to sell. Yeah. I think this was probably one of the cleanest, most successful Haulathons for NECA. Plus, it also wasn't congested. Is that the right word? With all the other brands being spaced out through the weeks. Like this week, it's G.I. Joe. The next week, it's McFarlane Toys. This week, finally, we're NECA. So now it's only NECA, which is great. And then you have the restocks in stores are next level. Like people are getting like 3 waves of restocks, and there's at least 3 of each turtle, and then 4 sets of the Punk turtle. So the in-store, unless your store is just a nightmare and it never has gotten stocked, people are seeing these things getting replenished and replenished and replenished, which is great, especially for the regular turtles.
Yeah, I agree. I think this Haulathon, so 2 things are either happening. It's either they have now figured out like their stock situation or distribution better, or the line could be, I'm not going to say dying. It's not dying, but it could be maybe simmering. It could be, like leveling a little bit, where this stuff is not a complete chore to find now, where, because 2 years ago, if you tried to get those Pizza Club turtles, they would have been sold out in seconds. It would have been like it would have been one of those like add to cart and it's out of your cart situations. Maybe same with the Punk turtles. I don't know, but I feel like I don't know. Now look, there's always going to be the frustration of like, hey, I woke up an hour too late and I missed the turtles or I missed this. But I feel like for most people, again, don't kill me. But for most people, if you wanted these bad enough, you could have gotten them. You know what I mean? Like if you woke up, like, because I've been there where it's like, oh, an hour goes by. Oh shit, I forgot. I take that to mean I probably didn't prioritize. I wasn't a must have. It was like if I see it, that's okay. So I feel like this Haulathon was the distribution was a lot better than other Haulathons.
Yeah, definitely. So a couple things. One, I did want to talk about Mondo and joints, because we got some more people talking about the joints with Brian Flynn and stuff. Like, he didn't like them on the Turtles since they had pads and they didn't. But I'm thinking about Mondo going down to the 6.5 inch, and if the sculpts and tech is still what they're using for the quarter scale things or 1/6 scale stuff, I think that they're not going to be very articulated, and it's going to be like, these are just kind of meeting the needs but looking really, really good. So I'm wondering if they're going to kind of redevelop some of their articulation stuff, try to focus on, well, what do the elbows need to be at this scale? Do people want higher articulation on the smaller things, or whatever that is? And then do we accept, because they knock it out of the park visually, like paint apps, sculpt, all of that is perfect. And then the articulation's kind of low, even on the stuff they're producing now. So
yeah, it'll be interesting.
Are we okay with that? Do we just expect? Are we fine with that? Because Super 7, they kind of they fluctuate on all of that stuff. Okay, but you never have like great paint and sculpt. Well, the sculpts are usually there because that's handled at a certain level, but the paint apps start to get dropped out for whatever reason, for cost. Because I'm sure the people that are trying to paint that stuff, the artists that they hire, are like, no, it needs to be like this. And then it just gets brought down to like, no, we don't need to paint Andre the Giant's face. And then, articulation is just kind of all over.
Well, can I just piggyback on what you're saying? Here's the thing. This is a formula that I've used, okay? When I'm looking at a figure, paint, sculpt, articulation, okay? I think it has to excel in at least two of those, okay? Yeah. And if it excels in at least two of them, you have a really good figure. Here's the thing with Mondo. I know Mondo sculpt is over articulation. I'm actually fine with sculpt over articulation if the sculpt or the paint is great, okay? So with Mondo, you have beautiful figures like that Jubilee, that Sabretooth. They're beautiful, which means that if they're not super articulated, I don't really care, okay? The issue that I took with Super 7 is a lot of times the figure is also not visually appealing. You know what I mean? Like, like that Chitara I got, like the renders look great. And then when I got in hand, she didn't look that good. And she's also not posable, and the paint's not good. So if you are getting a C or an F or a D on all three of those categories, then that was the thing I took issue with in Brian Flynn's interview, is he's acting like, well, we're sacrificing aesthetic. It's like, dude, your aesthetic is not that good lately. Right. Okay. Yeah. Like, it's not like you're like hitting aesthetic out of the park. So that's the thing. I'm fine with the articulation not being super articulated if the figure looks like a Mondo figure, which looks fucking phenomenal.
Right. And yes. And it was kind of I don't know if I would say that was a leading question to you, but it was kind of implied, like, but that is how I feel. And I guess I want confirmation, like what Mondo's going to present, even at a 6.5 inch scale. I'm going to be like, well, this is fine. This is fine. It's gorgeous. Right. It's the closest thing that anything has ever looked like the thing it came from, so you're happy with that.
Yes.
It does have me curious about the future if they decide that, as they like, because the tech is there, there are companies developing these things that can kind of meet these perfect levels of articulation and looks and all that stuff. So I wonder how far they'll go, or if they're just going to kind of stay in this realm. I did want to, you wanted to say Chitara wasn't a render. She was a beautiful proto.
Yeah, I want to correct it. She was that was actually a prototype. That's what was so frustrating. It was not a render. It was, I said render before, but yeah, it's just like, if you're going to play this game where you're saying, just to reiterate, if you're going to play this game where you're like, hey, we can't sully these beautiful sculpts, you better have fucking beautiful sculpts. You better have Mondo type sculpts.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are talking about Warbird, which is a Marvel Legends figure, right?
Marvel Legends. Yeah, I wanted to get a Warbird.
What was her deal? Because whenever we started talking about our experience with Haulathon, a few people were kind of talking about her and saying like, well, she was the fastest thing to sell out, but she wasn't part of Haulathon.
No. I think people are just saying because she went up like 2 days ago or something like that.
Was she a Target exclusive?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And she was like on sale too for like $20.
That's weird.
But a lot of people, you know, it's a Carol Danvers comic figure, Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel or whatever. But you know, there's a lot of people that like Rogue that are going to want that figure. I wanted it, and but it just sold out real quick. And it has like I think like the Black Widow body that's really good.
Oh, okay.
Which is one of the best figures last year. But yeah, it just I mean I'm sure I'll find it in stores, but yeah, she sold out real fast.
That's crazy. It's so weird with Marvel Legends or Hasbro in general. I go into Target and there's never ever like that is the most empty section of my Targets is anything to do with Hasbro. It's so
mine too.
Awful. And then McFarlane DC stuff is just always fully stocked. So I always lean in and say that he's the Arizona iced tea of toys because it's always $20 and it's always available everywhere you go.
Dude, there's so much McFarlane. There's so yeah. Hey, we're getting a Joker Batmobile.
I know, that's amazing.
Dude, I love Todd McFarlane. I as just as a personality, he makes me happy, man.
Yeah. And you know who the scalpers are that are buying these Marvel Legends or basically any of the stuff? These are the people that when you go to a local toy swap or convention or something like that, and they just have their own booth and it's just Jim's toys. And you know, he's not an officially licensed business. Right. He's just selling toys of every aspect, every type. That's the booth. Because you walk over and you're like, oh, these are things that are in store right now, but I can't find him because this asshole bought 4 and they're $10 more.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the finder's fee. And it's like there would be no finder's fee if you left it on the shelf. Like the people in the party wagon or any of those groups on Facebook, when they're like, hey, just got this thing. And it's like immediately just came out, Turtles VHS, selling it for like $60 plus shipping or $60 shipped or whatever. And then they try to justify the cost this much plus tax plus shipping plus my time to drive around and gas to find it. It's like
it drives me
for doing that. It's like, no, there wouldn't be a fee because somebody else would just have walked in behind you and bought it.
Dude, it drives me insane when I just see a guy at Target and I know he's a flipper and he's loading up and he has so much shit in his hands that like he has to kind of put it under his chin, you know, like and it's just like like the
backpack that he can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get him a back. Exactly. Flipper backer kit pre-order up now. By the way, guys, you gotta lock those in. But yeah, it just drives me insane. And they all fit that model. They all have that that fucking awareness that you're looking at them, but they don't look at you. You know what I mean? They're like yeah. It's just. They drive me. It's like get a job, do something else with your time. I don't mind people that flip figures and flip their own stuff like that, but people that just get in the morning and just buy everything and then go to their fucking booth and just like, you know, yeah, that's my finder fee, this and that. Oh, it drives me insane.
Yeah, I know. I've thought about like what is that conversation in my head? I mean, there's been times when I've been there with friends and then I'll just be really loud, like, oh, that's crazy. It's $10 more, but these are on shelves now in stores. Oh man. You know, and the guy's just sitting there at the table trying to ignore.
Yeah.
If there's something I want and I like, I would say something like pick it up and kind of look at it and then be like, you know what? I'll give you $64.25. You know, and maybe it's 75 on the box. And then be like, huh? I'll be like, well, that's retail plus taxes. Because these are in the store right now.
Yeah.
You know, make him feel like an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. You just fucking showed him. Put him in.
Yeah, and he'll be like, that nostalgia unbox guy is an asshole.
Yeah. Are you a confrontational guy when you see flippers, or you just kind of like let it go?
I've never seen anybody in a store doing that kind of stuff. And it's like, I don't necessarily know that I would know unless they were buying multiples of the same thing, but they could just be somebody that's buying for a friend, because I've been that guy sometimes. But
yeah.
dude, when I'm helping friends, I try to only buy one of each. And it's just like, well, that's theirs. And then I'll see if I can find it for myself or whatever.
Yeah. I'm I'm that guy. I did a video where I went in. I was looking for a year ago, 2 years ago.
One of the first videos I've seen of yours.
Yeah,
the NECA rep or whatever.
Yeah,
or no, maybe.
No. It was. I was looking for a Motu 2-pack, and I saw this fucking guy walk out, and I was like, I stopped, and I'm like, dude, you just gonna walk out with all of those? And he's like, yeah, man. I was like, you gotta hook me up with one of them. You literally have 20 of them in your hand. And he's like, yeah, sorry, man, I can't. He's just trying to do that. And the Target guy was right there. And I was like, dude, you're just gonna let him, like, because I know he went into the box. Like, he had the guy open the box. So you went to the back, you open the box, and you just give one guy all the shit. And it just fucking, and I didn't want to give this guy that shit because I don't think he knew the sickness of like toy collector. So I'm like, I'm not gonna trash this guy. But I was like, you're just gonna fucking walk out. I was like, you need money that bad? Like, you really? And he's like, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. And he just walks out with his fucking Taco Bell energy, just like, just what a fucking asshole, man.
Yeah, what a fucking loser.
Yeah, just so fucking.
I do like confrontation though. So yeah, if I would have seen that kind of stuff, I do like that. Open please also says Eddie here, by the way, is the real name. I don't know what is worse, the Target flipper or the AT&T peddler by the electronics where all the figures are, which is true. Walmart is real bad, where they have like DirecTV or whatever stupid.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then AT&T or whoever at Target. It's harder to avoid the Target stuff. Real easy to avoid the Walmart guys because they're right up in front of electronics. So I'll just like walk around, but I like make very clear eye contact with them and then let them know that I'm avoiding them by going all the way around. And then the Target people, and they'll be like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, hey, just because, well, I'm not going to ignore you. I'm not a piece of shit. I'm nice in real life. We know this.
Right.
So hey, how you doing? And then I'm done with you, right? I'm back to whatever I'm doing.
Right.
Hey, what cell phone service do you have? Oh, I'm good. Oh, and then the guy kept pushing, and I just looked at him. I said I'm good. And then walked away. Like, what the fuck? Like, how much do you need me to tell you that I don't have interest in this?
I know.
It's like punish me for being kind.
No, yeah, like grab a hint that we don't. Also, by the way, when did Target and Walmart become? And maybe this is just an LA thing, but when did it become? I walk outside and get inundated by 10 people with clipboards saying to sign shit. Like, I don't know if this is a thing in your neck of the woods, but every time I walk outside of a Walmart or a Target, I gotta say no to somebody. Hey, I need this. No, can you sign this? No, I just wanted some sour candy. Please just let me go to my car. But that's every Target and every Walmart now.
It's disgusting. Yeah, the worst thing I have to deal with is usually a seasonal thing. So like Girl Scout cookies or Salvation Army.
Girl Scout cookies are fine. It's just Girl Scouts trying to sell cookies. I get
that.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's all I
no,
really
but you just get some dude and he's just like, hey, you got to sign a thing. Why? Because this highway, I don't care. Okay. I don't even know who you are. It's I'm not going to put my signature, my fucking, people pay hundreds for my signature. I'm just going to give it to you for free. That's not going to work, right, John? People pay hundreds for our signatures.
That's right. Oh, you only get hundreds?
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, it's interesting. And I wonder if there's anybody in the chat here that's just kind of gotten real quiet because they are one of these people, AT&T or DirecTV or something.
All right, let's look in the chat and see who hasn't responded. Let's spend an hour doing that.
Well, there's 321 people, and let's start at the top.
I like this answer. I like saying in fluent English, I don't speak English.
That's pretty good.
Hey man, I don't want to be. I don't want you to take offense to this, but I don't speak English. And then you walk off. That's actually, dude. You would make his day. You would give him a story for. His
oh yeah. You could also do the whole like oh, do you? Hey, do you have Verizon? Yeah, actually, I already have Verizon. Oh well, well, I already fucked it up. I already have Verizon. Thank you. Good day, sir.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, but do you have Verizon at home? I said, good day, sir.
Dude, I used to pull something similar with Jehovah's Witnesses. When I lived in Alhambra, we used to get them all the time. And I would just say, I'm Jewish. And like most of the people went, oh, and they would walk away. But then some people would be like, oh, you're Jewish? Well, I mean, Jewish, Jesus Christ was a Jew. They would just get into a whole thing. I was like, it's not going to happen. All right. Yeah. It's not. It's very, very hard to convert Jews.
Right. You're like on the top. They get extra incentive for converting Jews.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, this is like, if you can go to the chart and they put everybody's conversion rates, if you get a Jew, that's like 20. Like you won that week's fucking poll. But yeah. Hey, it might happen. Who knows? I might just get a charming enough Jehovah's Witness that just he sells it to me in a way that I'm just like, you know what, this guy, he's making perfect sense. I gotta convert. Okay, I gotta get out of here.
Oh man.
All right. So let's wrap up because I gotta go to work. Because some of us, I'm not rich like you, where just like the channel just pays for your for everything. Okay. So here's the deal, guys. Since if Johnny and I were to stop streaming and show up next Haulathon, we might have suicide rates going through the roof. Okay, like people, like it might get crazy. People might get depressed. People, we don't want to put a burden on the toy community. And we also, Johnny and I have an axe to grind because there are some toy tubers out there that think they're hot shit with their fucking live streams, and they're like, we're the best live stream. Let's face it, all those guys, they're funny and entertaining for toy tubers, but they're not. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you're funny and entertaining for a toy tuber, but if you want funny and entertaining legit, you come right here, okay? And so here's we're gonna actually take the world by storm. And if we hadn't said it before, which we did many times, official announcement right here: Haulathon ends, but we don't end. Okay, that's Johnny right. And I are professionally getting married here, and maybe I don't know. Like I'm married, John, so I can't go that way with you. Like I have to stop right there. You know what I mean? Like because I have a wife, but I don't know what's happening in the future. So, but professionally. You and I don't be disappointed.
Our channels are married. Can we say that?
What happened?
Our channels are married.
Our channels are married. So here's the deal. So we're gonna keep it going, keep the party going, okay? And we will. I don't know what we're gonna talk about next week, but we'll find something to talk about because that's how me and Johnny are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure there's something. I'm sure there's some. I don't know. Maybe we could just make a stream about another live stream, and then we could just dissect that live stream and talk shit the whole time.
Dude, wouldn't that be fun if we put up like a live stream and then we just put them under a microscope and like just like
the only way that this would be okay, because I'm actually just making fun of another live stream for doing this, is that we could do a live stream of that live stream that did the recap of the other live stream.
I like that. It's like when you open up that wrong window and you get that infinity thing going on. Like it's just I have fun. So okay, so obviously we're gonna dominate the space. We haven't figured out, I don't know, Friday morning could work, Saturday morning could work. We'll figure all that out. Just you watch the channel, you get our announcements, okay? If 10 people show up, then maybe Johnny and I will rethink, we'll recalibrate. But please don't be depressed, don't be sad, because we're coming out hot, baby. And so we're gonna have hot topics. Okay, we're gonna talk about whatever sexy stuff. Hey, who's Kim Kardashian dating? Who we don't know. Maybe we talk about it. Okay. Hey, what's the latest on I don't know. Sydney Sweeney, I don't know. Sure, we'll talk about that. You know what I mean? We'll give you what you. So it's not just gonna be toys talk. We'll talk about whatever you want, okay? And we probably won't talk about any of that other shit I just mentioned. But official announcement. All right, tell your friends, tell the industry. This is going to be a major shakeup in the industry. I think after this video, we're going to see tons of other toy tubers saying, hey, did you hear? That's happened. That's going to be, so expect our faces on thumbnails on your favorite toy channels moving forward.
I love it. Now, let's address the Moscato bot here because he's a buddy of ours. And if you want to see a horror movie review, horror movie style, then go check out his latest video where he reviews Saw in the world of Saw, which is crazy. I always try to weird those guys out. Also, my grandma is a Jehovah's Witness. I would have to go door to door with her. I guess I would laugh my ass off with when the door slams, of course. Of course. And you got a super chat from Canada, so call that out.
Oh, my buddy Solo.
And you got another statewide side one.
Right here. Thank you. Thank you, Solar Sinner, my old buddy here. The super chat would have been at least 11 Canadian dollars if I had known this live was happening before 3 minutes ago. Okay. But you know what? I'll take it. Thank you, my friend, for the super chat. There could be a cooking. Dude, Johnny, maybe you and I cook something. Maybe, like we a creme brulee.
Yeah. But we split the ingredients up, and then we like you bring half the ingredients, I'll bring half the ingredients, so we can put it together to build one thing.
Oh, like a Voltron cooking type show?
Yeah. I mean, it's only fair financially.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right. Eric with the $2. We can talk about we can talk about is it Holiday Fridays? Haulathon Friday still? Yeah, like maybe next Friday. Is it still the Haulathon? We don't know. Okay, we don't know, but yeah, so we'll talk. I don't know. We'll find something to talk about. Who cares? Like we're just hanging out. But we're gonna figure it out. Is what I'm saying. Okay, because Johnny, you and I, our chemistry, it's just too good. It's just off the charts. You know what I mean? It's like when Daryl Hall met the Guy Oates guy. He didn't go, I'll see you later. They're like, no. Actually, I think those guys hate each other now. But
well, we'll get there.
But yeah, we'll get there eventually, but we'll make millions before that. You know what I mean? That's the goal, is like make millions, then hate each other. But then it's okay, because guess what? You and I have millions.
As long as we have millions, I'll hate anyone.
Yeah, there you go. I don't like how Ninja said Mad H's camera looks like some early 2000 quality next to nostalgia. You know what? That's done on purpose because I believe in nostalgia. So I want to give you that old quality look where it's like this guy's all in 8K. That's not nostalgic.
This is also like early 2000s quality nostalgia. It's like Super 7 talking about this is only appealing to people that were born in the 2000s.
Right, that's right. Because maybe that's what we cover. Maybe my video quality covers the old school guys, and yours tries to bring in new school guys. So yeah, that was done on purpose. Comment. I can't find the comment, but yes,
it's really good when you do that.
The camera's on me. I'm so shy.
All right, everybody. The last thing I guess we need to talk about before we go is just how every time